hotel room, tangled up with you. I'm in heaven. Tell you what I wanna do. I'll take the lead. Ooh, yeah. I'm going down. I can't explain it, but I'll show you how. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna burn. Just let me give you what you deserve.
The 4 young Jewish men who worshipped God were made leaders in the country of Babylon. Daniel served near the palace. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego served together near Babylon. Today's story is about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. King Nebuchadnezzar was ruler of all Babylon. Everyone had to do what he said. If he made a rule, then everyone had to obey it. He did not obey God. He worshipped idols. He had his servants make a large golden idol. It was almost 30 meters high and 3 meters wide. He gathered all of the officials of the court together, and also a band. King Nebuchadnezzar made a law for all of the people. Whenever you hear the music playing, you must all bow down and worship the idol. If anyone does not bow down, then they will be put to death by being thrown into a furnace of fire. Later, when the music began playing, all of the people bowed down. All except for 3 people, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They did not bow down to an idol like everyone else. They knew that God only wanted them to worship him. God's law said that they were to never bow down to idols. They knew that they would get in trouble with the king and that everyone might laugh, but they still chose to obey God. Some astrologers in the king's court noticed that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego did not bow down to the idol. They went and told the king that someone had dared to disobey the king's law. King Nebuchadnezzar was very angry. How dare anyone in his kingdom not worship his gods? He called the 3 young men before him. Why will you not bow down before the idol as I commanded? If you do not bow down to my idol immediately, then I will have you thrown into a blazing furnace of fire, the king said angrily to Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. We don't have to explain to you, they answered. We will never bow down to anyone but the Lord God. He is the only true God. If you throw us into the fiery furnace, then our God will save us. Even if he let us die, we would still love him and not worship your false gods. The king was furious. He told some of his strongest soldiers to tie Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego up and throw them into the fire. He ordered the fiery furnace to be made 7 times hotter than normal. The fire was so hot that the soldiers died when they threw the men into the furnace. Then an amazing thing happened. King Nebuchadnezzar looked into the fire and saw 4 men inside the furnace. Even though the fire in the furnace was burning and it was hot, the men were just walking around inside. The king leapt up in amazement and said, "Weren't there 3 men thrown in the fire?" "Yes, O king, there were only 3 men," answered the advisors. No one knew why the men were alive, and no one knew how there could be 4 men. The 4th man looked different. King Nebuchadnezzar wrongly thought that he was a god. Maybe the man was an angel, or maybe it was the presence of the true Lord God. "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, come out of the furnace," yelled the king. The 3 men walked out of the fire. They were unhurt and their clothes were not burned. Everyone noticed that the men didn't even smell like smoke. It was a miracle. King Nebuchadnezzar said, "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. No other god can save men in this way." The king ordered that no one in the kingdom ever say anything bad about the Lord God. Then he gave Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego even better jobs in the kingdom of Babylon. Well, kids, that's today's story. We hope you enjoyed it. Remember, do the right thing even if everyone around you does not.